So the actual definition of a normal phone game needs three things. A finite set of n players, and in this course n is only going to be equal to 2. We're only going to consider 2-player games. A set of strategy spaces for each player. So for every one of our players, we need a set of strategies. So that's the set of strategies for player 1, that's the set of strategies for player 2, all the way up to Sn. So in our case, we'll have 2 sets of strategies. So going back to Alice and Bob, S1 and S2 were the same thing. They were both the sets of both movies. And then the payoff functions. Payoff functions. So this simply, for every player, we have one payoff function that maps an element of the cross product of all the strategy spaces to the real numbers. Okay? So in the case of the Battle of the Sexes game, we had 2 players. Oops. We had 2 players, Alice and Bob, and the strategy spaces were equal, and they were just equal to the 2 movies that we had. So a comedy or a sports movie. Okay? But instead of writing that, we'll just write out that S1 is equal to S2 is equal to 1 and 2. Because we don't actually care, about whether or not it was a comedy and sports movie. We just care about the fact that they were the same thing. So we have our number of players, we have our strategy spaces, and then we need the payoff function. And so we need to say for every element S bar belonging to the cross product of S1 and S2, so in other words, every element of either 1, 1, so both players choosing the first movie, 1, 2, 2, 1, or finally 2, 2, what is the utility? And that's what we just talked about when we could just read them off from the matrix. So for example, if we're considering 1, 2, that's saying, look at matrix A in position 1, 2, and look at matrix B in position 1, 2. And that is your utilities. Okay, and we could obviously read off similar utilities for all the other ones.